Today, I will tell you a story. It is about my mom and how I found out the truth. A truth that left me in tears. My name is Tulip. I'm 18 years old. My mother worked in a company. She worked hard every single day. She wanted to give me a better life. From a young age, I loved drawing and painting. When I was little, I often fainted and fell down. At first, my mom thought it was just because I was tired or hungry. But it kept happening. Mom got worried and took me to the doctor. The doctors told us I had a rare condition. They said it was something very uncommon and the treatment was expensive. As I grew older, the fainting spells became more frequent. I would faint at school, at home, or even while playing. Mom didn't know what to do. The doctors said there was a special medicine for my disease. The medicine was expensive. That amount of money was impossible for us to afford. Mom and I lived a simple life. Even though life was hard, I kept painting. I loved it so much. It made me happy and took my mind off my condition. People started noticing my paintings. Everyone in mom's company loved my work. Even the CEO of the company adored my paintings. One evening after school, I was walking home. I was crossing the road when I suddenly fainted. I fell right in the middle of the street. Luckily, there were no vehicles coming. I didn't get hurt badly. Some kind neighbors saw me and helped me. That evening, Mom was very upset. She was crying. She said, "If the neighbors hadn't been there, what could have happened to you?" "I'm so sorry, honey. We can't afford the medicine for your disease." I hugged her and said, "It's okay, Mom. Don't worry." And then the most shocking thing happened. The next morning, I woke up to the sound of police sirens. I looked outside and saw police officers at our door. Mom was being arrested. I ran to her crying. She looked at me with sad eyes and said, "Everything will be all right, my dear. Your aunt will take care of you." I didn't understand. Why was she being arrested? Why wasn't she with me? But the police took her away, and I was left standing there feeling lost. I went to live with my aunt. She was kind and loving, but I missed my mom every day. I passed our old house on my way home from school. The memories would come rushing back. I visited mom in jail as often as I could. She always smiled and told me everything will be all right. But when I asked her why she was in jail, she never told me. I didn't know why she was there, and that made me feel empty inside. To deal with my sadness, I painted even more. My fainting spells got worse, but Aunt took good care of me. She wasn't rich, so she had trouble paying my hospital bills. I wanted to help her, and that's when I started selling more of my paintings. The money helped, but it didn't feel like enough. One day, I passed the house where my mom and I used to live. I felt a strong pull to go inside. I missed the house, and I missed Mom. I walked through the door and into her room. It looked the same as when she left. There, on the table, I saw her phone. I picked it up and turned it on. What I found shocked me. There were messages between Mom and her boss. They had been texting the night before she was arrested. The messages showed that Mom had asked her boss for a loan of $1 million. She wanted the money to buy the medicine that could cure me. Her boss agreed to give her the money, but only if I agreed to paint for him for the rest of my life. He wanted to sell my paintings for huge amounts of money. Mom refused. She wrote, "My daughter will not be anyone's slave." The boss got angry. He threatened her, saying, "If you don't agree, I will frame you for theft and send you to jail." Mom replied, "I will go to jail for my daughter." As I read those messages, tears flowed down my face. I couldn't believe it. My mom had sacrificed everything for me, even her own freedom. I took the phone to the police and showed them the messages. They realized the truth and arrested Mom's boss. Soon after, Mom was released from jail. The moment she walked out, I ran to her and hugged her tightly. We both cried. "Thank you, Mom. No words can express how grateful I am," I said. She smiled through her tears and said, "Thank you for saving me, honey." Then one day, something amazing happened in my life. I decided to paint a picture of that special moment. The moment when Mom was released from jail. The tears, the relief, the love we shared, it was all captured in that painting. I painted Mom and me holding each other tightly, both of us crying, but this time with joy in our hearts. Below the painting, I wrote a small story of her sacrifice, of everything she had done for me. The painting caught the attention of a rich family who had a passion for art. They saw the love and emotion in my work and they loved it. They bought it for $1 million. The money felt like a dream come true. With the money, we were able to buy the medicine I needed. The doctors told me it would cure me permanently, and when I took it, I felt the difference right away. For the first time in so long, I didn't feel faint. I felt strong, healthy, and full of life. We didn't need to worry about our future. We had each other, and that was all that mattered. Mom looked at me with tears in her eyes. She said, "You are my miracle, Tulip." Her voice was full of emotion, and I could see how much she meant it. I smiled back at her, my heart full of love and gratitude. "I am only your miracle because of you, Mom," I whispered, hugging her tightly. "You gave me everything." We looked at each other with joyful tears. The future was bright and it was ours to embrace. And as I looked at her, I realized something. I wasn't just her miracle, she was mine too.